2025's connection to the number 9 as well as Mars. And I definitely think we're seeing that energy play out. Another part of that correspondence of the 9 also deals with the astrology that we have present here. So 9 is dealing with completion, the ending of cycles, transcendence. And that is the astrological translation for Pisces energy. So I feel like with us having the presence of Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and now the North Node, that this is a natural stimulating agent for the year of 9. What's going on, world? It's your boy Gemini Brown here, back with another episode of Kicking Knowledge. Today, I want to discuss how to channel all of this Pisces energy that's present, what it means, and share with you my recent dream. So let's get into it. All right, y'all, we are 2 weeks into 2025, and there's a lot of activity going on. I spoke about 2025's connection to the number 9 as well as Mars, and I definitely think we're seeing that energy play out. I just want to reiterate another part of that correspondence of the 9 also deals with the astrology that we have present here. So 9 is dealing with completion, the ending of cycles, transcendence. And that is the astrological translation for Pisces energy. So I feel like with us having the presence of Venus in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces, and now the North Node, that this is a natural stimulating agent for the year of 9, which is forcing us to face these uncomfortable truths or patterns, situations, cycles that we've been in for all this time. We then had this full moon in the sign of Cancer, where Mars is as well, aspecting this Pisces energy. So the emotions can't be denied. Rather, I'm just here to reiterate that we have to face them, that we have to recognize them. And what Pisces energy offers you is the ability to put it into some type of perspective, whether that be metaphorically, artistically, but you want to have an understanding for what it is that you're feeling, and rather continue to understand why it is necessary to go through this. Because there's a confusing aspect to Piscean or Neptunian energy. And the way I see it in this current day and age, you have the shit that's going on internally, but then outside you, it's like a fucking party out here. You have the world of distractions, the internet. So what that really does is it forces you to have to be a little bit more serious about where you're giving your attention to. But there comes a point in time, particularly with spirituality, you just gotta get quiet. And I feel like all this Pisces energy is asking us to do that. And as I said in the North Node video, isolation, quietness is really going to be the key towards further ascension. Okay? So don't be afraid to isolate. Don't be afraid of the silence, because ultimately the silence is going to allow you to hear your divinity more. And within that, there may be truth. And you know how they say, truth hurts and stuff like that. But these are things that we have to really get through. So my advice to also make this easier is to focus on service. Focus on something you can do productively each day. Something that is contributing to your everyday routine, the Virgo aspect, okay? And the South Node part could be there are positive things maybe you did before that you lost sight of that you can, connect back further with. Now, I would like to share with y'all a dream that I recently had. And I have been keeping a track of my dreams for years. And I'm very in tune with my own subconscious. So I want to start there, that when it comes to dream interpretation, y'all, I believe the key thing is the understanding of your own subconscious and what things mean, right? And it's not to say you're going to immediately understand the dream, but when you've been, keeping track of it for years, it's like images, or your subconscious, like images can serve as like a map key. Like, oh, I've seen this, so this must mean this, right? In my dream, I was somewhere where I knew I had been there before. So in the dream, I'm in an environment which is in the city I grew up in. But then once I realized I'm in the environment, I realized like, oh, this is kind of like a memory. Like, I was here when this happened. And what that event was, that where I was there when that happened, it was 9/11, right? I lived through 9/11. I was very conscious and aware of what was going on. So I remember that day vividly. This occurred in my dream. In my dream, I'm like, oh, I'm here. I remember being here, such and such. So this environment has a significant resonance there. I know what that means. So then it felt like a memory, because the memory was further stimulated by the fact that around me was a bit of commotion going on. I'm not going to say full chaos, but there were people trying to get somewhere. Okay. So shit, I was trying to get somewhere too. So I'm kind of just walking, taking it in. And then I come upon this structure. And the structure that I come upon is a crystal pyramid. Like a see-through crystal pyramid. So at this point, the video proceeded to freeze on me. And when I went back to try to resend it, it just wouldn't do it. Now, I can take this as a sign not to present this message, or I can take it as a sign as forces out there trying to dissuade me from getting my message across. Luckily, I was able to find an alternative to give y'all the original transmission. So enjoy. So I get closer to it, and to me, it feels like a whole environment. Like I said, it looks like a building. There's mad people around. But it isn't necessarily like an office building. You got a lot of people playing games. To anybody who's ever like been here on the East Coast, Times Square, you just go to Times Square and walk around and there's vibes. That's what happened in the Crystal Pyramid. I'd love anybody's feedback on and thoughts on this. So the first part that stands out to me in the dream is that I'm in a place that I associate with a core memory. And that core memory happens to be 9/11. Which some level you could say that that's kind of mirroring what's happening, or the wildfires are kind of mirroring what happened with 9/11, except this is, as far as we know, the wildfires are a natural disaster rather than a terrorist attack. But it's a big event happening somewhere. Shit, it happened here. 9/11 happened here on my side. Now it's happening on the opposite coast. Then what further gave me insight there was just that there was a lot of commotion, but I didn't feel like it was complete chaos, but people were trying to figure out where they were going. And then I spot this structure, and I follow that structure. I follow my way to that structure, and then when I arrive at that structure, there's things going on. How I could kind of relate to this, and without questioning my intuition, when I first thought about this, naturally, we're updating in real time. The technology is moving so fast. And it's very possible we can be overlooking things that we need to pay closer attention to, or use technology in an effective way. So let's just say we are in need of a technological upgrade that helps monitor or prevent natural disasters like that from occurring. Based on how everything is moving in the world, I don't think this would be necessarily too hard to do. So I feel like part of the intuition is saying that we need to pay closer attention to the land and maybe not be afraid of relying on something from the past. Maybe there's like past technologies or technology available already that we can utilize. And shit, maybe that is to come. I feel though we need to get a little bit closer to Earth. That's a given. It's been like that for years. And I think we need to use our innovative capabilities to make sure first and foremost our security remains intact. That's just a little bit of my dream interpretation with, you know, all this Piscean energy out there. Dreams can be really revealing. You can be really connected to the astral realm as well as hear your subconscious speak. So you want to pay attention to those. Feel free to chime in. Let me know what you think. If you guys need a reading, check out my website. Check out my book, Astrology of the Matrix, my new album, Sun of Gemini 2. Till next time.